Well, it happened. It's over. Bungie is now free from Activision. But is it truly going to fix the Destiny franchise? Let's talk about this, because some people in the community are having their expectations high, and some people in the community are having their expectations way too fucking high. And then there's people that are kind of being realistic about what possibly is going to happen. So let's talk about it. Hey everyone, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to another video. And today we are here to talk about the Bungie Activision split, something that a lot of people in the Halo and the Destiny community have been hoping for a very long time, but we never thought would happen. We never thought that this would happen, at least in these years, at least in the few years after Destiny 2's launch. We never thought this would happen. We never thought it would be this soon after Destiny 2's launch, especially after they just released Forsaken. They just released it not too long ago. So now, what's happening? Why did this happen? And what the hell is going on now? Because it's been a shit show. Honestly, Destiny 1 and 2 have been shit shows. I, had high expectations for Destiny 1. They failed me. I tried to have high expectations for Destiny 2. It failed me with the original launch. And, what I find is funny is that they've gotten better over the expansions, supposedly, but I'm not willing to give them a second, third, fourth, 18th chance. I want the $60 game to be worth my money. And after Destiny 2, I just walked away. I walked away, didn't pick up Forsaken, didn't pay any attention to it whatsoever, and just focused on enjoying other games. Even though Bungie was one of my favorite developers of all time, one of the developers that I cared about the most, the one that I had the most passion for, because they created one of my favorite franchises. They created Halo. But what exactly happened? Where did this all start? So let's go back and do a little bit of a timeline. And we need to go back all the way to 2010. So in 2010, Bungie had officially finished its obligations to Microsoft with the Halo franchise. They finished Halos 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach. All 5 of the games that they were contracted to do, that they were obligated to do for this franchise that they were building for Microsoft. And the funny thing is that they actually announced their independence on October 5th, 2007. That was the original date that they announced it, but they didn't truly become free until 2010 after the launch of Halo Reach. And during that time, they actually started development on Destiny. That was actually in the works, in the background, between those years. You saw little blips and, glances at it, but nothing really too much. We didn't really know too much. We just knew that they were working on something new in the background after Halo 3 had launched. And what was funny is that in 2010, no one lost their shit whenever it was announced that Bungie had partnered with Activision. No one had lost their shit, no one had lost their mind, no one really cared, because back then, Activision wasn't known as a scumbag company, which is funny. Look at it now, 9 years later, and look how the glimpse on Activision has changed. Back in 2010, the worst company in the world was EA. But in my personal opinion, Activision has always been scummy. But back in 2010, Activision couldn't do anything wrong. Treyarch couldn't do anything wrong. Infinity Ward, who had just released Modern Warfare 2, could do nothing wrong. There was absolutely just smooth sailing for Activision back then. And they weren't considered one of the worst companies ever. It was just a few years later that they would start to get a little bit of backlash. But let's talk about the whole situation, because as soon as they went and this contract happened, it was all over the news. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone had talked about, oh, the developer of Halo has now partnered with the publisher of Call of Duty. Holy shit, everyone. They've turned their back on Microsoft. They've gone with the people that almost, killed their franchise. They're going from what they built to what they competed against. And that's the way a lot of people took it, is that basically, if you can't beat them, then join them. And that's kind of what Bungie did. Now, behind the scenes, that's not exactly how it went. If you watched or read the book or listened to the book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which I highly recommend, it has some really great sections in there about Halo Wars as well as Destiny. There was a lot of behind the scenes politicking in the studio, and it was frustrating because Jamie Griesmer, who you guys may remember from the development of Halo 3, he was the lead developer, the lead programmer, or producer, or whatever. I forget what his exact position was, so correct me on that if you could. But he was the lead, and they were gonna make him the lead of Halo or of Destiny, and that was the original plan. But he didn't want to make a game that was like Halo again. He was tired of Halo. That's the reason why they were getting away from Microsoft, because they didn't want to continuously make Halo. And guess what? As time went on, it went from one design to being a massively open MMO to being a medieval sort of fantasy game to then being another shooter. Another shooter with the same first-person perspective with guns that looked very similar to Halo. And he left. He actually got asked to leave. And as time went on, over the time of Destiny's development, over the time that it took for this game to come out, more and more of the original founders, the people that made Halo what Halo was, walked away from Bungie because Bungie wasn't what Bungie was. Bungie was a shell of its former self, and everyone was disgusted by it. They couldn't understand why. But people had taken over. Jason Jones had no control over the company anymore, and it was just falling apart. But we didn't see that. We didn't see that until a year after the launch of Destiny. We didn't see any of the controversies, until the whole Marty O'Donnell situation, which everyone was behind Marty on that. Everyone was behind Marty on his situation and was following with bated breath. And to me, that's when it just started becoming like, who the fuck are these people? This isn't Bungie. This isn't the company that I fell in love with. This isn't what I signed up for. And a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about what happened. Was it the new heads at Bungie Studios, the new president, or was it Activision pushing their influence on this developer? What was it? We will never know the true answer, most likely. But here's the thing, and this is just my personal opinion, as well as the opinion of a lot of people that think very openly about this. It was a little bit of both. It was the inside influence of Activision. It was also the politicking happening throughout the studio about what was best for Destiny. And that's what started to kill it. Because it went from being something that they loved doing to something that they were forced to do. And instead of going with the devil they did know, which was Microsoft, they went with the devil they didn't. And that devil was starting to really, really, really show its colors around the time of Destiny's launch. Because during that time, Activision had pissed off the majority of Call of Duty fans with a number of microtransactions, beginning with Black Ops 2, and a number of different things that had happened over the course of a couple years. It really had turned from people not caring what Activision did to people starting to speak up and really keeping their eye on Activision. And when it came to Destiny, the game felt unfinished. And it has been proven multiple times that they've had to restart the game's development multiple times. And in the book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, which I talked about, they talk about this. It was talked about how they had to restart the game multiple times when Activision was breathing down their neck. And also they talked about how it wasn't when Activision was breathing down their neck, but because of the in-studio politicking that was going on between leads, developers, and anyone in between in that studio. It was a giant clusterfuck of I'm right, you're wrong. And it just kept going on and on and on. And this continued. This continued through all of Destiny. And then it went on with Destiny 2. And Destiny 2, we were really having high hopes for. We were really hoping it would be a different game. And it was a little bit better. A little bit better. But the bad outweighed the good, you know, a zillion to one. Honestly, Destiny 2, I gave them one more chance. And then I walked away. I didn't pick up Forsaken, like I said. I didn't pick up any of the DLCs. I walked away. I was hoping that I would see the studio that I once loved, but it was just a shell of its former self. Like I said in my video talking about Halo Infinite and basically talking about both 343 and Bungie. Both companies are not what they should be. And a lot of people are talking about this current situation of Bungie splitting up with Activision. On January 10th, 2019, Bungie came out with this statement on their website. The article is called Our Destiny and is by the Destiny dev team. When we first launched our partnership with Activision in 2010, the gaming industry was in a pretty different place. As an independent studio setting out to build a brand new experience, we wanted a partner willing to take a big leap of faith with us. We had a vision for Destiny that we believed in, but to launch a game of that magnitude, we needed the support of an established publishing partner. With Activision, we created something special. To date, Destiny has delivered a combination of over 50 million games and expansions to players all around the world. More importantly, we've also witnessed a remarkable community. Tens of millions of Guardians strong rise up and embrace Destiny to play together, to make and share memories, and even do truly great things that reach far beyond the game we share, to deliver a positive impact on people's everyday lives. We have enjoyed a successful 8-year run and would like to thank Activision for their partnership on Destiny. Looking ahead, we are excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer publishing rights of Destiny to Bungie. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish on our own. And while Activision will increase their focus on owned IP projects, the planned transition process is already underway and in its early stages, with Bungie and Activision both committed to making sure the handoff is as seamlessly as possible. With Forsaken, we've learned and listened and leaned into what we believe our players want in a great Destiny experience. Rest assured, there is more on the way, and we'll continue to deliver an existing Destiny roadmap, and we're looking forward to releasing more seasonal experiences in the coming months, as well as surprising our community with some exciting announcements about what lies beyond. Thank you so much for your continued support. Our success is owed in no small part to the incredible community of players who have graced our worlds with light and life. We know self-publishing won't be easy. There is still so much for us to learn and grow as an independent global studio, but we see unbound opportunities and potential in Destiny. We know that new adventures await us all on new worlds filled with mystery, adventure, and hope. We hope you will join us there. See you Starside, Bungie. See you Starside, Bungie. Well, you know, for me, I don't like giving up on a company, but I'm going to give my opinion on this. I'm going to give my full, brutally honest opinion, and I'm also going to give some criticism to a few people out in the community, including two bigger YouTubers than me that said some really stupid shit and who have been mocked like crazy on Twitter and on, hell, even live stream. But let's go ahead and talk about my opinion first. So what do I think? Do I think that leaving Activision was a great idea? Yeah, I do. I think that any game developer that's willing to leave EA or Activision, two of the worst companies in the entire gaming industry, is a great idea. I think that if you can go independent and you can rely on yourself and not rely on others, that is responsibility towards your company, towards your fans. Because honestly, when you rely on companies like Activision and EA, they are going to make some decisions for you. They are going to push microtransactions. They are going to push a lot of these things that the gamers do not enjoy, what your consumers do not enjoy. But can we put all of the blame on Activision? No, we can't. There is a lot of blame on Activision, and I blame a lot of things on Activision. But we can't blame the entire game being Activision's fault. Yes, there are parts, the microtransactions, the rushed DLC, the cutting the expansions and content. But can we blame them for how poor the story is? Can we blame them for how repetitive the gameplay is? No, that's all Bungie. And the truth is that Bungie has made this game boring. It has. They've taken away things that people have wanted in the game. They've added things that people don't. And the truth is that Bungie is in a nosedive as well. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know how to guide Destiny. And maybe now that they don't have as much pressure, maybe it will get better. I'm hoping it will get better. I think it will get better. I think it will get a little bit better. I don't think it will be perfect. We're not going to go back to 2004. We're not going to go back to 2007, which was the golden age of Bungie. We're not even going to go back to 2001. It's going to be the same thing, but a little bit better. Not amazingly better. And if it is, then hey, I'll eat crow. I'll eat shit. I don't care. If they can blow me out of the water, then yeah, I will be amazed. But I am not going to buy another Bungie game until after the game is released. After I can see what's going on. What is the problems that the community have, and what's the truth about Bungie? Because I've been screwed so many times with Destiny. It's like the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times? God, do you have brain damage or something? Like, I pulled this shit 3 times on you. How can you be this stupid? What, you really believed that I was going to change? That's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to be fooled a 3rd time. I don't want to be fooled by a company that I used to trust, that I used to have faith in. That's why I'm planning on just waiting and seeing. I'm not going to put down money. I'm not going to get hyped. I am going to wait and see what happens with Destiny. I'm going to wait and see to see where Bungie goes. We never know. And I think it's time we talk about some of these people in the Halo community that are getting their hopes way too high about this whole split between Activision and Bungie, because there are 2, maybe 3 particular ones that I can talk about. First off, you have Keemstar, who wrote on Twitter, "Hey Bungie, can you please go and buy Halo and recreate Halo 2 and Halo 3 multiplayer? Thanks." There's something along those lines. Keem, that's not going to happen. You know why Bungie left Microsoft? The reason why they left is because they were tired of Halo. They were burnt out on Halo. They never wanted to be involved with another Halo game again. Now, I'm sure that there are some people in the community that would love to see that. I'm sure that, you know, in my heart of hearts, I would love to see that myself. But the truth is that Bungie is not the same company that they used to be. They are not the same people that made Halos 2 and Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST and Reach and Halo 1. They are not the same company. It's over. GG. Have a nice day. Sorry that the Federation of Asshole Gamers died an abysmal death. And then you have Halo Follower, the biggest YouTube channel in the Halo community. But in all truth, a lot of us in the true Halo community, whether you're a Halo 5 fan or a classic Halo fan, don't want them anywhere near us. We don't want Ron anywhere near the Halo community due to the fact that, 1, he does clickbait shit like this, yeah, that's new. Chris, maybe go and read the actual article and do your job as a quote-unquote journalist before you spread fake news information about the situation. How about that, Chris? You know, what drives me nuts is that you have screwed up so many times, you have betrayed so many of your friends, and guess what? We don't like you. You have pissed off so many people in this community, whether you are one of us, a classic fan, or a modern fan, or whatever. You have no respect from anyone in this community. None. None. From the true Halo fans, none. Yes, you do great lore videos, but guess what? There's someone 10 times better than you. 10 times better than you. In Hidden Xperia. Hell, Halo Canon is a million times better than you. And here's the thing, you've backstabbed people that stood up for you whenever you went away. You remember that when you went away for some god-awful reason? I don't know why. But, you know, Fletch and all those people that stood up for you and ran your channel while you were gone, you screwed them. You screwed them. And then Hidden Xperia, you stole his shit. Stole his shit outright, and that's been proven multiple times. So no one has respect for you. And God, you are so desperate for views and so desperate for any kind of attention that you do this clickbait bullshit just to get a few clicks, hoping to God that some innocent, you know, classic fan will believe the words that are coming out of your mouth. And, you know, I'm sure there are some very, you know, vulnerable people that do watch your stuff that believe this crap, you know, and click on this shit. But here's the truth. Everyone else who respects our users, respects our viewers, will do an honest to God video and give them the true information and not clickbait the shit out of it. You're desperate. Your channel has lost all credibility. And honestly, don't make me do another fucking response video to you. I've done it once, and I fucking rocked you. Don't make me do it again. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section down below, and give me your honest opinion. Do you think that Bungie's gonna go to the days of old and go back to the way it was back in 2007? Or do you think that Bungie is going to continue the process but get a little bit better? Or do you think that they're gonna go totally downhill? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And honestly, be honest with me here. If you really think Bungie is going to come out and say, hey, we're partnered back up with Microsoft and we're gonna work on Halo, then I'll be amazed. Now, I won't be amazed if they partner with Microsoft, but I will be amazed if they go back to working on Halo, because I know that they want nothing to do with that. And I guarantee you, people would be a little, probably actually a lot more afraid about the future of Halo with Bungie involved with 343 Industries. I think that would scare a lot more people than anything ever. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. And as always, GamerJlee signing